Hi friends, I'm doing a really simple, fun exercise today, and I wanted to share it with you. This is the Artisto pad, by the way, but you can use that mead-in. Just make sure it's 140-pound cold press. I like these because they're kind of journal style, and I keep them for all the seasons. I can refer back to them, and they are perforated if you wanted to gift them, but I know they're a bit hard to get right now, especially out of the US. So, the Meaden is great, and I'll list some things down below. I'm using my Paul Rubens student palette. You know, I love that palette. I mean, look at these colors, you guys. They're like gorgeous. We're going to keep this really simple. I'm going to go in afterwards, use a little micron pen, and just have some fun here. So I'm just going to start with some circles. And then we're going to go in with some pen and ink. So let's start with, I want some really light pastel-y type shades. So I'm going to go into that orange, put some of that here in my palette. Let me scoot that up for you. There we go. Because I want it to be a really light pastel color, I'm mixing about 80% water, 20% pigment. And then I've already got some yellow here, might use some of that. Let's see what this pinky color is. Make sure my palette is showing for you all. So that's a little bit deeper, warmer red. I want a little bit more pinky color, something like that. Any of these reds, of course, rose red, always my favorite. As you know, I mean, my brushes, that's really my favorite. I think what I'll do, by the way, these are my brushes and I'm using an 8 round. A Princeton Velvet Touch would be beautiful. My brushes will be available again this summer. So let's mix a little bit of a very light shade of that pink. So I'll take some of that pink, put it in my palette here. Keep adding water till I get this really beautiful light pink. A little bit more water. There we go. That's pretty light. That's probably about 80% water, 20% pigment. And this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to go in and just create these little circles. Just like that. Here's some more. Oops, that got even a little purple in it. A little bit more. Just these circles. And then let's see, what other color should we use? Let's use that orange. And I'm opening up the belly of my brush, but I'm also kind of using the tip just to kind of fine tune those edges. And I just love the pink and the orange together. There we go. Just going in here, drawing these little circles. So fun, so relaxing. There we go. And that's probably enough. Maybe I could do one more light pink over here. There we go. Okay. So we've got our little circles. How fun is that? Maybe, let's see, what about if we do some blue ones? Yeah, heck, why not? Very light color. Just for some fun interest. Ooh, look at, I even got a bleed there. There we go. I really am kind of wishing I went a little bit bigger, but that's okay. Let's just keep going here. One up here. There we go. So you can kind of see your eye follow. So I think I'll put maybe one right here. There we go. And I tried to make some of them a little different size. Okay. Now let's add in our green and just creating little stems. again, just keeping this really fun and simple. I like to make my stems kind of wiggly. They look like lollipops, I know right now, but just watch. We're gonna make them look more like a flower. There we go. Make sure we bring, I guess, those stems down all the way so we don't look like they're floating. And look how fun that is. Like we just walked into a whole garden of flowers. And then we'll add in some leaves when we're done. Okay, now that we're at that point, and actually I think I might just make those a little bit bigger. So let's just do that. Just a little bit bigger so there isn't quite as much white space in there. There we go. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And I kind of like having some that are bigger than others. Now you can see, because watercolors you can glaze, I can see kind of an outer edge there, which doesn't bother me. Do a little bit more here, just make that a little bit bigger. And then this one down here. There we go. Look how cute those are. Okay. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and just give this a little shot. What a cute card this would be, you guys, too. So I'll do this real quick. There we go. Because I did such a light glaze, it dried rather quickly. Okay, now the fun. Make sure it's dry. Got a little bug there. I had some daisies on my desk earlier. Okay, grab your micron pen. I'm using, let's see, what is this? 0.03, which really I like at least 0.05, maybe even 0.08 is really kind of my fave. And now what we're gonna do is just start adding in these petals. So easy, right, you guys? But how relaxing. Maybe I'll do the center bigger in that one. And don't be particular, go outside the lines, like that. Look how adorable, you guys. How about if we make this one like a bunch of circles? Maybe more like a dahlia. I know my daughter's dahlias are blooming right now. I told her, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be coming over to sneak those so I can paint them, which I won't, by the way, Roxy, just in case you're listening, because she doesn't have too many. So there's a little bit different one. Do another daisy, because daisies are my favorite. I mean, really, you could do ranunculus. Let's do ranunculus. There we go. Look at that one. How fun is that? And yes, my lines are wobbly. You know what? I don't even care, guys. Let's see, what other kind of design? Maybe we could do a rose. So this one is just little C strokes getting bigger and bigger. Just have fun with these. Play with the designs. I'm going to do another daisy here. There we go. Oh, so fun. And what a cute card. You could do this, by the way, with your kids. Let them just draw these little lollipops and then draw whatever kind of petals they would like. Let's see, what should we put over here? I think this one I will, that's always a fun design. Let's do another one of those. That was kind of relaxing and fun. Doodling is always so relaxing for me. I love it. Let's see here. What do we want right here? I'm going to do another one of those. This is just all about having fun. And so many times when I'm playing, I really discover something fun. Let's see, let's do a rose here. So we got our C strokes. Nothing perfect here. There we go. Maybe another one here, C strokes. And as I get bigger, they get bigger and bigger. And let's see, what don't we have? Oh, maybe one of these little dahlias. There we go. Dahlias are so pretty. There we go. And go out of the lines, like break the rules, guys. So there you go. There are our little flowers. We could go in and add in some tiny petals if we wanted. Let's just use our, this is out of my set, use our angle brush, and maybe we want to put just some random little petals here. Maybe they go up here. I don't want to get too busy, so I'm being a little careful. Look how easy, how fun. And you know, play. Maybe you want to use your pen and ink to do this. And there we go. I think I'm done. If you're good at calligraphy, oh my gosh, you could write such cute little messages up here. I'm not, so I probably won't do that. But I hope this kind of inspired you, gave you some permission to just play and doodle and paint and experiment. All right, everybody, happy painting. I am so grateful for all of you that are here, the kind words, the excitement, enthusiasm, and positivity you bring to this channel is fantastic. I hope I see some of you on Patreon. I love it over there. You can go on there for free, and it's fun because you can share your pictures. All right, I will see you soon. I will list some of these supplies down below, and happy painting.